Ever since the fire that scarred my face, I felt like I was living behind a mask. Not just the physical ones I wore to hide my scars, but an emotional mask that concealed the turmoil inside me. It was a regular evening commute that turned into a nightmare. A sudden explosion near my car left me with burns that changed my life forever. The aftermath was brutal. I stared at my reflection every day, struggling to recognize the woman staring back. The vibrant person I once knew seemed to have vanished, leaving behind a stranger with marred features. My self-esteem plummeted, and I shrouded myself in layers of fabric and heavy makeup, anything that would keep people from seeing the real me. As the physical pain began to subside, the emotional torment took over. I started drinking to numb the pain. Initially, it was a glass of wine here and there, but soon, I needed more to make it through the day. Alcohol became my refuge, helping me escape from the harsh reality of my appearance and the pitying glances that followed me everywhere. My boyfriend, bless his heart, stood by me through it all. He tried to remind me of the person I was beyond my scars. He held me when I cried and listened when I lashed out in frustration. But as much as he tried to support me, I couldn't shake the feeling of worthlessness that had rooted itself deep within. His concern for me grew as he watched me spiral deeper into my drinking. Knowing he couldn't handle it alone, he reached out to my parents. It was a difficult call for him to make, but it was necessary. He told them everything: the drinking, the self-isolation, my dwindling hope. With their arrival, I was surrounded by love and intervention. I was defensive at first, angry and in denial. But deep down, I knew they were right. My life was spiraling out of control, and I was too caught up in my pain to notice. With a heavy heart, I agreed to get help. Detox was hell. Every day was a battle against cravings, against the voice in my head that told me I couldn't do it, that I wasn't worth the effort. Therapy sessions were even harder, confronting the emotional scars that were far less visible but more painful than the physical ones. Through months of therapy, support groups, and the unwavering love of my family and boyfriend, I began to see glimpses of my old self. I learned coping mechanisms that didn't involve alcohol. Slowly, I started facing the world without my physical mask. It was terrifying at first, feeling the stares, noticing the discomfort in people's eyes. But every day, it became a little easier. I realized that my worth wasn't tied to my appearance or how others saw me. I learned to find beauty in my resilience, in my ability to face life head-on, no matter how many times it knocked me down. Now, I share my story in online depression support groups. I tell them about the fire, the scars, and the masks. I talk about my descent into alcoholism and my hard-fought journey to recovery. Every time I share my story, I see the impact it has. It gives people hope, and strangely, it continues to heal me too. Looking back, I see that the fire didn't just change my appearance, it changed my entire life. It taught me about the depths of despair but also about the peaks of resilience. I am more than my scars, more than the alcohol, more than the mask. I am a survivor, and my story is one of triumph, not tragedy. To anyone struggling out there, remember this: you are not your circumstances. You are not the pain you feel or the challenges you face. You are the strength that overcomes them. You are the light that shines through the darkness. And no matter how fierce the fire, you can rise from the ashes, reborn and renewed.